Thanks, News 12. Meeting with them to do a story this morning. But I want to compare the Smollett trial to what's going on in Connecticut, because people don't know the facts and people need to learn the facts. Smollett hired 2 Nigerians to promote Cory Booker's lynching legislation. They pulled Kamala Harris in for support on a hoax. They claimed that Trump supporters beat up Jussie Smollett. Smollett bought the bleach. Smollett paid the Nigerians $3,500 to go along with the scandal, while Smollett made campaign contributions to Kim Foxx, who's up for re-election. Folks, that's what's going on in Connecticut. Yeah, a hoax. Like Bob Duff claiming Trump supporters are racists, while Richard Colangelo gets bribed, our chief state's attorney, taking cash from the NAACP to say that white people are all white supremacists, when in fact it's the state prosecutors behind the hoaxes. Look at the hoax that Colangelo pulled by arresting Darnell Crosland, the NAACP head of Norwalk, who ran for mayor of Norwalk, who bribed him. How? Oh, it's a hoax. It's much bigger than the Jussie Smollett hoax. Allow me the pleasure of explaining it to you. But not here, not now. Let's watch what Tucker Carlson said. Oh, yeah.
Chicago way back in 2019. Want to put a little bow on that news story, which you probably remember well. Smollett faces 6 felony charges for what he did. He could spend 3 years in prison if he's convicted on all of them. Smollett's lawyers have argued hilariously that he is, quote, the real victim in this story, but of course no sober person on the planet believes that. Jussie Smollett definitely faked a hate crime. The question is, how did anyone, anywhere, ever fall for this story, even for a moment? Looking back, particularly in retrospect, it was maybe the most obvious hoax ever perpetrated. And in case you've forgotten the details of them and would like to savor them tonight, well, here's what Smollett claimed. Smollett claimed that he left his apartment in Chicago alone one freezing January night at term black supremacist is a, quote, fabricated term, based on a faulty assessment of a small number of isolated incidents, end quote. In other words, only Trump voters commit hate crimes. And of course the media have been telling us that.
Thank you. Excellent. Now, see Kim Foxx? Oh.
Cook County State's Attorney.
I acknowledge that in our transparency to the public, we fell short.
And as if all that were...
Excuse me. Cook County has 170,000 falsified absentee votes. And Kim Foxx is the prosecutor. It's not unlike what happened in Connecticut. There's data, folks. It's gigantic. Every single town in Connecticut was hacked in the vote. And 3,900 votes in Stamford were flipped from Trump to Biden. So there's even more staggering, startling, identifiable facts in Connecticut's falsified vote. 50 inmates from the maximum security prison voted in person in Connecticut. Holy moly, how'd they pull that one off? That's amazing. Many landlords voted for all their tenants and falsified their signatures when they voted themselves. It was a double-counted vote because the landlords never told the tenants they were stealing their absentee ballots. I got my mother's absentee ballot. She passed away in 2016. Look at what's happening in Bridgeport. It's gigantic, folks. There's so many problems in Connecticut that make Chicago look like pikers. It's not even funny. Smollett didn't murder anyone, okay? But Kilcoyne and Nusira and Rhett Connolly did. You can't compare a faked MAGA attack, as Smollett did, using Kim Foxx, the prosecutor, to what Stamford, Connecticut did. And thank God Mayor Martin's out of the picture, because I've confronted them, and now there's a new mayor. How's she going to handle it? Well, 2 years after the Barrier murder, how's she going to handle it? It's been clearly covered up by Gary McCosey, pedophile Thomas Cummings' partner from Norwalk, Connecticut. Oh yeah, and Internal Affairs knows, 'cause I've recorded the conversations. Oh my goodness, they are brazen, like Smollett. So when I say, watch the Smollett hearing, faking a hate crime so Senate Majority Leader Bob Duff can push the narrative of Kamala Harris. She's vice president, folks. You guys voted for her. That's disturbing. So, let's all frame white people with fake crimes and pay actors. The actors in this Nigerian Smollett hoax are known. So is the actor who falsified the body cam evidence 4 hours after the Barrier murder in Stamford, Connecticut, because on the doorbell ring at 1:30 in the morning, 6 cops murdered a boy. However, 4 hours later, 21 took a photo op, staged a running scene with an actor who played a murdered boy in Stamford, Connecticut. That's far worse, to take body cam evidence, falsify it, use it to push a narrative that's false. Shame on you, Stamford Advocate. Shame on you, The Hour. Shame on you. News Channel 12 was duped. They're furious that they were used to cover up a murder. Yeah, how do you think I get on News Channel 12? And how do you think we're going to be on tonight at 6, 6:30, 7, 7:30, all weekend long? Well, let's expose the problems and become the Americans that we are. Please join my campaign. Follow it. There's some things I haven't discussed which are absolutely important. Look at the prosecutor office in Connecticut. Who works there? Who's our Attorney General? He's in on it. Who else is in on it? The pen pal of the murdered boy's mother. The pen pal is our governor. Oh, this goes all the way to the top. So, learn from Kim Foxx what she did wrong. Hopefully the Smollett trial pulls her in, exposes her as the creep that she is, with a false narrative against white people, painting them as supremacists, so that Senate Majority Leader Bob Duff can accuse every Trump supporter in Connecticut of being a racist, so they get kicked off Twitter, they get kicked off Facebook, they get kicked off everything. The fact remains, and the facts are coming out. And if you follow the story, it's much bigger than Smollett. Have a great day, folks, because the governor of Connecticut paid a bribe to cover up a murder, and we're going to take it to the people. We're going to debate on debateattorney.com. If you go to cleanupconnecticut.org, you can file your own case history of known media narratives that are false, and we will cover it, and we will discuss it. It'll become public information. And look at Kim Foxx. Please do explain how you got a campaign contribution from Smollett, and then you claimed he didn't know you and you didn't know him, when in fact you were referred by Cory Booker and the Vice President of the United States. Then look at our Chief State's Attorney. How did he get the bribe from Black Lives Matter supporting Richard Blumenthal? It's disturbing. It's disturbing. In Connecticut, Black Lives Matter supports Act Blue. We just had a Black Lives Matter person last week run over a parade with the dancing grannies. 50 people got injured. 6 got murdered using a car. And that guy's a white, hates whites. Hates whites. So, let's take all this information as consenting adults before we get screwed by our own state and vote them out. Vote them out. Follow the leader. Vote them out. Have a great day. And thanks, Frank. See ya in 20 minutes.